Yo, what is going on, you babbling Blazikins? Today we're going to be playing some games with Lost March. This list probably isn't too much different from some of the lists you guys have seen played or played with yourselves. I am opting for the heavier Lily count and Lost Blender count, trying to be a little bit more aggressive early on as opposed to the Elm build. I feel like this is just the best way to play the deck. It gives you the most options to be aggressive while not hindering your setup of like the triple hop it too much. And because you are more aggressive, even if you're not able to get out like that turn 1 triple hop it, because you are drawing more cards with the Lily and have the heavy Lost Blender count, it doesn't really inhibit your overall turn 2 damage by that much or at all. In fact, sometimes you even get off more damage because you're still able to find the turn 1 triple hop it, but you also Lilied for like 7 or 8 on turn 1, and then you saw all those cards as well. So yeah, this is definitely like I think the best way to run Lost March right now. You don't have to run exactly my list, but I wouldn't play Elms. I would definitely go with the 4 Lost Blender 4 Lily build. One thing I really like that I will comment on before we just go ahead and get into some games is 4 Natu. I think 4 Natu is super good right now when there's so many one prizer decks being played. Having the opportunity to draw the first prize in those matchups is huge, so I like playing 4 Natu. So even if you go second, if you open the Natu, if you get a good Lily, you might be able to actually just Lost March to draw the first prize immediately before your opponent is able to, which is a huge swing in any one prize attacking matchup for sure. So I'm a big fan of the 4 Natu right now. And this is definitely how I would play the deck. I don't think I would change anything from this list. I would maybe want to try and add a second timer ball, but I don't even know what I would cut or even think about trying to cut. I just really like this list right now. I really like Lost March right now in general as a deck because other one prize decks are so popular right now, and I feel like Lost March just kind of has a slight edge over all of them. It is just slight. It's not hard for a Gramble deck or a Buzz Shrine deck to draw the first prize in the matchup, but I feel like there is a slight edge to Lost March in those matchups, and that's why I really do like Lost March right now. So yeah, this is the list. I've gone over everything I wanted to go over, I think. I guess the only other thing I'd mention is I only played 2 Guzma, which I think is just the optimal number in Lost March right now. Either you're playing a one prizer matchup and the Guzmas really don't do too much, or if you're playing against a GX deck, you'll be able to even up and get ahead in the prize trade at some point in the matchup anyways, that you don't really need more than 2 Guzma. So yeah, I think 2 Guzma is pretty much optimal in Lost March right now. All right, let's go ahead and get to some games, and I'll show you guys how this deck runs. Our opening is not great in this one. Double Orangaroo, energy, timer ball, skip loom, jump up. We are playing against a Magnezone deck, which is pretty good for us. It's a pretty good matchup, as long as we're able to set up. All right, didn't have that ridiculous of a start themselves. Okay, we top decked. Great. So we'll commit the DCE here. We're actually gonna go ahead and commit the timer ball. Double heads is best. Ooh, let's get it. So that means their hand is dead, or I think most likely thing that's going on here is they have Candy Magnezone in their hand, maybe with a Volkner. Maybe they just have it. I think that's most likely what's going on here with the Nest Ball pass on the Magnemite. So I think we're gonna go ahead and let loose them. Ultra Ball away a Grass and a Lily. Yeah. Grab a Hoppip. Alright, so this start has not been... This first turn has just been weak. Very weak. It's okay though. Besides the double Trumbeak, this turn has been super weak. Still continuing to be super weak. We might be Psychic-ing next turn with 2 DCEs. We'll see. Yeah, super weak turn 1 here. Just didn't see a lot of Pokemon, didn't see a lot of Nest Balls. That's basically it. Usually a little bit stronger, but it's whatever. We haven't lost the game yet, so nothing to really complain about too much. There's a Resolve, so they definitely have it in their hand now, if they didn't before. But if we get a Guzma, we can actually KO it with Psychic, and that'll put us way ahead for a little bit. We still have committed 2 energies to an Orangaroo and lost 1 energy to an Ultra Ball, so I mean we're kind of a little bit low on energy. Besides that, it would be in a pretty good spot. So yeah, a Guzma here would be great. Give us something to work with, as opposed to our current situation, which is basically nothing to work with. Top deck to jump left. All right, so floor path this guys first. I'm thinking about just committing a DCE to our active right now. I think I am going to. Yeah, let's just go for it. No, I guess we could Lost Blender first anyways. Yeah, Lost Blender first, I guess, then decide. So Great Ball first, then decide. Alright, hop it. So yeah, I'm just gonna commit a DC to our active, I think. Yeah, and then instruct. Yep, I'm down. Sure. We can even just hit this Layla for 60. That's not that bad. Alright, Lily for 4. 2, 3, 4. Wow, we actually could have got pretty close to knocking this out. Couldn't we have 140? Nah, not really. Another Hoppip would be great. How are we going to get there? Ultra Ball away, the Great Ball and the Natu. Lost Blender away, the Ultra Ball and the Natu. Just play the Great Ball? Play the Great Ball, I think. Or we Lost Blender away, 1 jump left. I think I'll just keep that the way it is. Lost Blender away these 2, I guess. Possibility to get another Hoppip or Nest Ball or Net Ball for a Hoppip. Or a Great Ball for a Hoppip. Great Ball for a Trumbeak is also fine. And then it's going to be the Psychic. Oh, we have an Instruct for 1 still, actually. Hold up. 120. Instruct for 1. Still not a Hoppip. Alright, Psychic for 60 it is. Alright, so not a super powerful turn 2. Definitely not the kind of turn 2 we're looking for. But it's better than nothing, which is what it looked like our initial turns were going to be, was just absolutely nothing. So we still have time to win this one. So we have 5 energy total, but they have a GX in play, and there's a possibility that they might end up putting another one in play. Yeah, that was our top deck with the Dialga. Ultra Ball probably for a Lele or something like Instruct or a Rangaroo or something. Oh, go for Koko. Okay, so they play Koko. I guess it's not terrible. Sit there and do a couple fine flips. No, I guess it's just a free retreater. That's makes it good. And then there's some matchups where you potentially want to fine flip, I guess. And you can actually set up for turn back time. I could see it being decent. They have no metal in the discard pile, so Mount Coronet is not going to do anything for them right now. Yeah, nothing at all. I think we're going to be pretty set up here to just KO this Lele. They did not attach to retreat it. Well, we KO anything. Yeah, so we're going to get the KO on the Lele. So now we're just back in business. I think we're actually just doing fine now. Floral Pat to the Sky. Another Jump Fluff. Let's just count our energy real fast. We have stuff to set up another Jump Fluff. So we'll go with the attach and then instruct for 1. Oops, I almost clicked Psychic. Gotta be careful. Yeah, and that's ball. We'll just go ahead and grab a Hoppip. And then instruct for 1 again. And this is why I really like the double Oranger. I feel like you can get very good draw power usage out of both of them by playing 2 of them. We'll retreat and then Lost March for the knockout. 160, I believe, is what we're swinging for. Oh, we're swinging for 180 already. All right, now we're talking. Yeah, we're in a really good spot now. We're in a really fine spot. I don't know if it's that good, but we should be able to close out the game pretty easily from here. As long as we draw energy every single turn, we should be in a fine spot. We have 2 DCE left, a Grass, and a Super Boost. We need to draw 4 prizes. That's 4 energy. So that's it. As long as we are able to draw an energy every turn for the rest of the game, we're going to win this one. We can go ahead and Lost Blunder away this Hoppip plus something else at the beginning of next turn. Maybe the Stretcher. Maybe the Natu and Stretcher back in the Jump Bluff. We have access to 1 more Grass, 1 more Super Boost. So that goes to this Jump Bluff and this Hoppip, which will become a Jump Bluff. We have 2 DCEs and we have plenty of Natus left. We have 3 Natus left. Okay. So I don't think we need actually access to the Stretcher anymore at all. Yeah, I don't think having access to the Stretcher will do us any good. So I think Lost Blundering away the Hoppip plus the Rescue Stretcher is the way to go at the beginning of the next turn. Bench the Natu. See what our top deck is. See what the Lost Blender gives us. Lily. Maybe try and get an Instruct in there. Just look for DC or Grass. Doesn't matter. Just need one of those two energies to take a knockout on the next turn. And we'll stay ahead in the prize trade. And we should be able to stay ahead for the rest of the game. The only thing that could happen is if they hit us with the, what's it called? GX. Okay. Hang on, give me a second. Let's think about this. Natu comes down. Lost Splendor. I think I want to keep the... Yeah, I want to keep the Let Loose Marshadow, actually, I think. Alright, got the Grass Energy. That's fine. Commit to this. Instruct for 1. Only the Dialga GX is like the only thing I think that could really hurt us right here. We're going to go Cynthia. It draws us more cards. Yeah, there we go. So all we want to see is DCE. Works for me. Lost March. It's probably not ever worth to go Guzma up, knock out the Magnezone. They should always have a Dialga set up. We're never going to replace their stadium. But yeah, so it's probably not worth to ever go. I mean, Guzma knock out Magnezone is a potential option, but it's probably never worth it because They have 2 Magnemites in play. They'll always be able to get another Candy Magnezone. That is a play you can look for, though, against, like, any deck against Magnezone, is to just go knock out their Magnezone. If all they have is 1 Magnezone, no Magnemite. Or if you know you can't keep up the prize trade, even if they get out another candy, if they just keep attacking, you know you can't keep up the prize trade. Even if they have a Magnemite in play, sometimes it's just best to just take out the Magnezone. I'm stumbling a little bit over my words today. Best to just take out the Magnezone. Hope they can't get the Candy Magnezone out again. But in this situation, we're good to just keep attacking, and that should be enough for us to stay in the game. It looks like they are going to use Flying Flip, so that makes me think they'll have access to another Flying Flip next turn, which is a little awkward. We are going to attack with Natu now. We're going to burn both net balls, take nothing, and we're going to look for that Skiploom. We really want to find that Skiploom now, because this basically nullifies, or makes it like way harder for them to pull off a play where they actually can get 2 prizes out of the Koko than it would. Otherwise it would be. Okay, we got the Ultra Ball away, this and this. Get the Skiploom, and we will Floral Paths to the Sky. I think I don't see a reason not to. They didn't draw a prize this turn. Yeah, it's just Floral Path to the Sky. Yeah, they didn't draw a prize this turn, which means even if they draw a prize the next turn, that's still 2 prizes over 2 turns. So there's no way I think they can actually win this game anymore. We have access to a Guzma, so if they try and like Guzma stall and a Rangaroo, we have a way out of that. We have 1 DCE left, I believe. Yep, and when I know it's in the deck. So I don't think there's any way for us to lose this game. Yeah, they could do like Guzma this, jump left, Flying Flip, draw 2 prizes. But like I said, that still only puts them to 3 prizes, which isn't enough. They would have had to have like a 3 prize turn this turn, go down to 2 prizes. And like run me out of attackers at that point, I think was their only win condition. And now at this point, I think we just win the game. Unless they have like, yeah, they could have had like that 3 prize turn plus... yeah, if they had that 3 prize turn, I think they would have won, because I think we would have actually ran out of attackers. Wouldn't be able to set up another jump bluff to use the super boost, and then would have only had 1 DCE for 1 Natu left. Or we have 2 Natus left, but we only have 1 DCE, so we would have just lost actually. I guess they get to set up this Ram play, which is kind of cute actually. I actually like that. But yeah, that's not enough to win them the game, I don't think, unless I'm missing something here, and that's set up some kind of great late game play that's about a hit. I think we have this one like locked up. This is what I expect from this matchup. They can go first and they can get a turn 2 Dialga, and that's like, and if they can keep chaining non-GX attackers from there, then they win. But it's kind of hard for Magnezone to be attacking on turn 2. They don't consistently attack turn 2 every game. You gotta set up the Magnezone, especially through the let loose that we threw at them. They have to set up the Magnezone, set up the attacker, get all the energy for it. Like there's just a lot more that their deck needs than our deck. So yeah, never really too worried about this matchup. This matchup's pretty easy, straightforward. I think we're fine to bench a Natu. Gonna go ahead and Lily for 5. I guess I could have instructed for 1, but I wouldn't have played down any of the cards anyway, so technically a mistake, but nothing that would ever be able to punish me. And yeah, Bost Barch, draw a whole deck. They could possibly judge us, but I don't even know if there's like any 4 cards we could draw. That one does now hurt a little bit. I really don't actually think there's any 4 cards we could draw that would prevent us from winning the game next turn. So I think we just have this one just about locked up. I guess the only thing they could do would be like a Stretcher for Koko, set it up, Guzma up on a Rangaroo, or counter catcher it, and then judge or let loose. But I don't see either of those plays happening. That's not something you'd typically find in a Magnezone deck, so I think we have this one locked up. Let's see, we're doing 220 damage, I think. Boom, 240 damage actually. So yeah, even the HP, we're getting over the HP of the Duskmane Necrozma GX as well. Yeah, there's nothing that's stopping us on this one, I don't think. We'll see. We'll let them play out their turn, see if they don't have something that can take us out. I don't think they do though. I would be very surprised if we lost this game at this point. Yep, looks like, oh, nope, not quite big enough. The frying pan almost is there for the HP on the Duskmane, but we still get over the frying pan even on a Duskmane. And I'm pretty sure we get over it. Yep, as our opponent concedes, yeah. So that matchup I generally find to be pretty favored, and we took that one down pretty handily. They have to go first, and they have to have access to an attack on turn 2 to really ever pull ahead in the matchup. And even then, they still have to constantly find a new attacker and enough energy to attack with it from every turn past the turn when we start taking knockouts. So yeah, that went about as I expected. Let's see if, even with our slower start that we had in the beginning, we're still able to make it pretty reasonably close out that one. No trouble at all. Alright, so our opening hand does not look the greatest, but we got 2 Great Balls and we've got a Lost Blunder, so we got some cards, some more cards to be seen. Let's see what we're playing against here. Blound's a very good matchup. Alright, and we actually top decked, I'm gonna go with the Oranguru here. Top decked the Cynthia, so we're all good. We're in business. Hoping just for more hop pips here. Take the Trumbeak. Aggressive about getting the Lost Marchers, Lost Marchin. Yeah, I'm not gonna use one of the Lost Blunders, I don't think. I'm just gonna send them back into the deck here. Yeah, just go with Cynthia. Ooh. Timer Ball, then on some more Drumbeaks, and then we probably will let loose. It'll disrupt our opponent a little bit, and then most importantly, hopefully find us another Hoppip. That's what we're really lacking here, is another Hoppip. One Hoppip will not do. Alright, looks like one Hoppip will have to do, as we could let loose again. Yeah, let's let loose again. Let's go again. Let's get some more Hoppips. Let's try to get some more Hoppips. Alright, we can Ultra Ball for a Hoppip, but it would cost us quite a bit. I think we're just gonna go with the Mountain Pass instead. There we go. Alright. No more Hoppips. We're gonna have to 2-shot this first Blacephalon. Oh well. Slow start. That's fine though. If we get a Skiploom, we have DCE, we have Ultra Ball, we can go into a Natu for sure. If we can get a Skiploom off the Lily, get a Natu off the Lily, we can Ultra Ball for the Skiploom. Yeah, just gonna have to 2-shot this first Blacephalon, I think, and then have to play for 1-shots from there. But we're just gonna have to 2-shot the first one. Definitely gonna need to be able to 1-shot everything from there though. Can't risk not taking a 1-shot after we 2-shot this first Blacephalon. I mean, it's possible we could 1-shot this. It would be very unlikely though. Have to get like 2 double Lost Blunders for 2, so probably not gonna happen. There goes 2 Naganadels down on our opponent's side, so that's super good for us. Their main attacker on this matchup wants to be the Naganadels, so that's good for us. And Blacephalon decks rarely play like Stretcher or like Pokemon Recovery at all, and they do get the Lily though. Rarely play Pokemon Recovery at all, so that means those are probably going to stay in the discard pile for forever. We'll probably see the Burst GX here, followed up by a Mind Blown to draw back-to-back prizes. And then from there, you want to usually transition into Naganadels. But with 2 down, maybe you'll be able to transition into 1, maybe 2 Naganadels. They have the Ditto out, so they probably play the Muck. Muck would be... It's not like the worst thing for us, but it is definitely a little bit annoying to have to deal with the Muck. Would prefer to not deal with the Muck than deal with the Muck. Yeah. Alright, and we'll see. We have to... Yeah, we're already like pretty much being like, we're gonna 2-shot this first Blacephalon, and then we'll try to take 1-shots from there. Here's a treasure. I'm curious. We'll see what they get. If they get another Poipole, then they probably definitely play Recovery. If they don't grab a Poipole, I mean, they're probably grabbing it again. Oh, they're going with a Let Loose. This is fine with me because our hand is terrible. It looks like they whiffed a Fire Energy off of that draw plus the Heat Factory. That's pretty unlikely on their side, but we'll take it. All right, our hand is not good. At the very least, we could go Guzma, knock out the Ditto probably, not the Poipole. So we would rather not play against a Muck. So we could go benched, not to attach, Guzma, knock out Ditto. We're gonna try and just hit his active. Oh, he's going for the Bursting Burn. I don't like that at all. Why wouldn't you just draw the prize card with the Burst GX? That doesn't really make any sense to me. All right. So I think we're just going to commit to the not to play here now, because our hand is just terrible. So we want to draw that extra card off the Instruct. And then with the Bursting Burns, so that means you're like behind a turn, which means like this is an even better play. Get the Instruct for 2. I'm just going to Lost Blunder away Lost Blunder it away. Great Ball. Could grab a Skiploom here. Hopefully grab a Skiploom here. Ooh. Not good. Alright, Lost March, knock out the Ditto. Alright, a weird game going on so far. Maybe it'll stabilize in the next turn. Another Oranguru. That is not a great draw. You'd really never want to have all 4 of your ability basics in play. The 2 March Shadows and the 2 Orangurus. You don't really want all of them in play at once. It doesn't really do anything. Yeah, so we'll see what our top deck is, but the other Oranguru is probably going to hit the bench, so we can actually draw cards off the first Oranguru's Instruct. Depending on our top deck, we can still get the knockout next turn. We have 4 in here now, so if we got 2 Skiplooms, that'd be 8, so then we would need to find 1 Lost Blender for 1 Pokemon or the 4th Trumbeak. So we should be able to knock this out, as long as we're able to find like a draw supporter. Without a draw supporter, we're not going to be able to knock it out, but if we find a draw supporter, we should be good to knock this Blacephalon out for sure. Just need to get there. Alright, looks like the Let Loose did nothing for them, and they are actually just straight dead drawing now. So that's good for us. We're going to send up this Hoppip, because if we don't find any Skiplooms, we don't want them to be able to Bursting Burn and knock out this Hoppip. So send up this one. Alright. Oranguru comes down. First Instruct for 3. We can now use this Ultra Ball to find a Skiploom, which is what we're going to do here, I think. Yeah, Ultra Ball for Skiploom. And then we have another Instruct for 3, but I don't know. This is just an awkward game so far. Floral Path to the Sky. Got 2 Lost Blenders and the Trumbeak and 2 Skiplooms. And then we would need a Grass Energy on top of that. So we probably would have to draw a draw supporter here off of this Instruct to get anything done here. We'll see what we get. 1, 2, 3. Skiploom, but the rest of the hand is straight garbage. Yeah, no other way to put it. I think we'll be retreating to the Let Loose and passing. Yep, save the Jumpluffs. We're now 1 Pokemon away from being able to one-shot the Blacephalon, so we need to get to that as well. So we're going to go with let them knock this out. Hopefully they can knock it out. Otherwise we're just going to be stuck here again for a turn. They will probably knock this out. And then we will go bench Hoppip, Instruct for 2. Hopefully our top deck is playable. Need to look for 1 more Pokemon in our Lost Zone. And then a Grass Energy. I guess they could go with the Burst GX this turn, and that would just kind of stick our Marshadow on the active. So maybe I should have just left the Jumpluff active. But that didn't feel great either. But maybe that was a little bit better of a play, to just leave the Jumpluff active. To be like, okay, you can knock it out. But now they can actually just go GX attack. And then our Marshadow is just stuck active for a turn. Unless we draw ridiculously well, like top deck Grass, attach into Instruct into a Guzma. But that's about the only thing we could draw that would be like good at this point. Everything else would just kind of be too slow. But we'll see what they have. So far they haven't had an attach to the active, so they're probably going to go with the Burst GX. They haven't attached at all. But now would be a great time for them to go with Burst GX, for sure. Yep, there we go. Burst GX. Alright, so now we're in a little bit of a predicament. Draw. Okay, Lost Blender. Get rid of both. Draw. Okay, Instruct first for 2. Could get Grass Energy, Guzma. Ooh, Grass Energy, no Guzma. Could still get the Guzma off this Instruct. Not quite. I don't think I'm going to use the Stretcher yet, because I might want to use it for a Marshadow. Alright, we're set up to go on the next turn. Pass. Probably see this Marshadow get knocked out. They go to 3 prizes. We knock out this. Go to 3 prizes ourselves. But then they're actually in the lead on the prize exchange. But they only have 1 Naganadel. So if they put another GX in play, we just win the game off of that. So we'll just see how this plays out. I think we're in a good spot to win this game. Still, yeah, there's the second Blacephalon. So we just need to find the Guzma. We only have 1 Guzma left in the deck. But we're still in like a fine spot. So they do play the 4 Naganadel. Which was... I was assuming, you know, most people just play the 3, so I was assuming they'd get punished by the double Naganadel discard early on, but it turns out not. They do play the 4. We're hopefully just going to try and punish them for benching this Blacephalon. We're going to go knock out this Blacephalon next turn, and then go... I mean, I guess if they go, like... Yeah, if they go attack with a Naganadel this turn, I think we might just lose, because we don't have back-to-back Guzmas, because they can run back-to-back Naganadels on us, and then we just kind of lose from there. Our slow start, or our slow mid-game... Definitely going to get the best of us if they have a Guzma knockout with a Naganadel on a Jumpluff here. So we're hoping they have to take the knockout with the Blacephalon in the active and go with a Mind Blown. Then we can go Jumpluff, knock out the Blacephalon, try and draw as many cards as possible on the next turn. Our Energy Switch, hopefully couldn't be to the active. Yeah, we're gonna go Lost March knockout, and then over the next 2 turns we're looking for the Guzma plus energy to Guzma knock out this Blacephalon, which they did put on in play, but they didn't have to. And if they hadn't benched this, I think we just lose the game. unless they like bench it later on. Oh, discarded the wrong energy there. All right, that's a big mistake. We're definitely gonna capitalize off of that. I'm actually gonna shuffle in 3 here so we can draw that extra card off the Lily, even though we have potential to draw that onto. I'd rather see. We have a higher chance to just see a fresh card. All right, so now they're down even one more prize. They've actually messed up there and discarded the wrong energy. So we are gonna get the Lost March knockout here. It will cost us a grass energy, but that's really not that big of a deal. Not a very big price to pay for getting ahead in the prize exchange. The rest of our hand is terrible though. We actually might get. We should have enough time to draw something, or for that Lily to draw us a couple cards for us to get out of this. They sent up the Blacephalon here. That's not good for them. I don't know what they're thinking with this play. That's all we need to KO is another Blacephalon, and that locks us up the game basically. I guess they could combo with a Let Loose this turn, and that would be a little annoying. But yeah, they definitely should have gone with an attack with a Magnezone here. I don't quite understand this Blacephalon attack at all. Oh, all right, that's actually super cute. All right, so we got to deal with this now. Lucamine, prevent all damage done to Ultra Beasts. So I actually can only hit the Marshadow, but if I Guzma out the Marshadow, I won't be able to KO the Blacephalon. So I don't think I would even want to Guzma the Marshadow even if I could. All right, interesting. All right, we have to deal with this now. Should still be fine. Can't hit the Ultra Beasts. We can still hit the Marshadow though. We don't really want to hit the Marshadow, so I think we're just gonna send up our Marshadow and pass. We'll start with the jump off though, because it has free retreat. We'll see what our top deck is. Play the Nest Ball. Let's see if that has anything. I don't really want to put any energy in play. Because then we can get Guzmud. Let's see. Just grab a Natu. We have a lot of DCE left. And then Cynthia. And then off of this, I might attach a DCE to a Natu. I just want to see what we draw first. 3, 4, 5, 6. Get rid of that. They have been like drawing pretty awkwardly lately. Yeah, they've only played 1 draw supporter, so we have no energy here, so that's not good. All the energy is in the deck though. Let's try and get someone Instructs off so we can actually find some decent cards. There's a Lily for next turn. Yeah, it's gonna be retreat to Marshadow and pass, I think. Does it matter which one I retreat to? Probably want to retreat to the healthier one just in case. Yeah, retreat to Marshadow and pass. And now we're in a little bit of an awkward spot. So same thing though. If they attack with the Ganondorf, excuse me. Same situation. If they attack with the Ganondorf this turn, we have to look for knockout Ganondorf into Guzma knockout of Blacephalon. If they go Guzma knockout jump off, it has to be with back-to-back Natus, but that's fine. We have 3 DC left, 13 cards. The big thing to find is the Guzma. That's going to be the hard thing to find. Only have 1 Guzma left, so it's like bottom card. We might just not be able to find it, and we'd be in trouble then. But I think we'll be fine. As long as the game plays out as I expect it to, we should be fine. I don't know if they have any other shenanigans going on. Okay, so there's a Guzma. That's probably going to be for our Jumpluff. I would assume could go after our Natu, I guess. But I don't think it doesn't matter to us, really. We have another Natu ready to go. So we can use the Super Boost or DCEs. All right, it's going to be for the Jumpluff. So yeah, this turn is going to be knockout on a Ganondorf, and then next turn we're looking for the Guzma knockout on a Blacephalon. Draw, DCE, bench Natu, attach DCE, construct for 1. Cynthia draws us more cards. Let's go for the Cynthia. Looking for the Guzma. There's the Guzma. There's the DCE. Okay, so we're all set up to win the game. Just need to not get end, I guess, at this point. Just going to grab another Natu here. And then Lost March. Alright. So yeah, if we get Let Loose here, the only way we could lose now is if we get Let Loose or End or something like that. But if we don't, then we have this one locked up. If we do get End or Let Loose, well, it's going to be in the fate of the cards at that point, I guess. yeah, won't have much control over the fate of the game if it is, if our opponent does have another let loose here. We've seen the Hala, they're going with the charging up. This makes me think they don't have access to another let loose. I don't think so, and I think we're gonna be able to take this one, close it out. This matchup is usually a little bit more favored than this game showed. We just had like a really slow, I mean, our turn one we just found no Hoppips, and then our mid game was really slow as well. But we were able to eventually get up there in the numbers with the Lost Marchers, and I mean, they play GXs, we don't, so the favorable prize trade eventually kicked in, which is what we saw here, and I'm able to Guzma knock out the Blacephalon to close out the game here. I guess this wouldn't have been as close if they hadn't misplayed, and they had the Lucamine too, which was like super annoying, so that allowed them to come back into the game as well. We end up taking the victory here. Like I said, definitely a favorable matchup. Just takes a matter of time for the favorable prize trade to kick in. Sometimes they're able, if they play 4 Naganadel, sometimes if they set up all 4 Naganadel, it doesn't matter that we have a favorable prize trade, and that they usually will have at least like 1 GX in play, because we just can't keep up. If they get ahead, they usually get ahead on prizes, and then if they have 4 Naganadels back to back to back to back, we just lose. This game, they had to discard 2 Naganadels early, and then they only had 2 to work with at the end game there, and they had the Lucamine. The Lucamine was like a big deal. So yeah, that card is definitely a big game changer in this matchup if they play it and are able to get it off. It can be a little bit awkward to like pull off, but if they are able to pull it off, that's actually like a huge game changer. That Lucamine Prism Star. But yeah, we ended up taking this one in the end, but it was a close one, that's for sure. All right, I got a pretty decent hand here in this one. Not the most aggressive we could be, but it's pretty good. Probably gonna Lost Blunder away, or probably gonna Lost Blunder away Cynthia and Jumpluff, and then hit it with Lily for 7, depending on the top deck. We'll see. So I want to see what our opponent's playing. Oh man, Koko spread deck. All right, so our Hoppip's gonna go down. Probably a Koko spread deck. I guess it could be a Zoroark deck with a one of Koko in the Macargo. Yeah, probably a Koko spread deck. So our Hoppip's just toast, and then we need to kind of stagger our Pokemon from there. But we need to try and get actually a lot of Pokemon on our discard pile without putting too many Hoppips in play is what our goal kind of is. Want to minimize Hoppips in play, because that's where the flying flips really, they really get to get the flying flips going to get knockouts. So yeah, we want to draw as many, try and find a way to get as much Pokemon as this discard pile without putting too many Pokemon in play. So this is going to hit the bench, but let's go ahead and Lost Blender. These two, like I said, we want to save the other Lost Blender to kind of get more Pokemon in the discard pile without putting too, like I said, too many Pokemon in play. I think we have to go and put this Hoppip in place so we can actually get enough Pokemon on the next turn. We'll be able to heal these through the Skip Bloom, so it's not that big of a deal. DC on a Rangaroo, yeah, and then pass. So they'll get a flying flip off here as I'll knock out our active, and then at 20 to each of our Hoppips. But we're gonna Floral Path to the Sky, the bench Hoppips, and we'll heal them from the flying flip damage. And we are currently, if we get 2 Skip Blooms off, we're 1 Pokemon away when we have a Lost Blender in hand, 1 Pokemon away from actually being able to knock out a Koko, which is all we want to do next turn is knock out a Koko. Yeah, and I put the DC here just because one of their strategies can be just like Guzma something up, trap it in the active, and just flying flip a bunch. So we want to prepare for that as well. All right, go Hoppip, draw for turn. Awesome. It's like literally a perfect top deck actually. Floral Path to the Sky, Jumpluff. Floral Path to the Sky. So we just need 1 Pokemon and we can Lost Blender it away with the other, well, maybe not the other Lily. So Grass active. Also a Trumbeak. There's so many, we have so many outs. Alright, not the best way to do it, but we can go Netball for Hoppip. Yeah, definitely not the best way to do it, but this is going to have to be how it goes. And then we'll Lost Blender away. It has to be Hoppip Netball. Netball, right? Yeah. Boom. And then we have just enough Pokemon to actually take a knockout. There we go. Lost March, knockout. Yep. And now we just don't want to bench anything else. We're just going to try and avoid benching anything important from here on out. Ooh, not a great draw off the prizes. We just want to try and lower our hand size so we can Lily for some more cards. All we want is more cards. So we don't know if they play Electro Power or not. So they could possibly Electro Power knock us out, which would be really annoying actually to deal with because we don't really have a way to deal with that. Like if they just Electro Power us next turn, I don't know. We might just lose. We don't have a Lost Monster that can attack. Hopefully we'll be able to find something off like the Lily. But we might not. That's kind of like the problem. Okay, so it's also with Bassimian, so it's Bassimian Koko. Good to know. Doesn't make a huge difference. We should... It doesn't really change anything too much, I don't think. Yep, and there they go. So I don't think there's... Well, hopefully there's not Electro Power. I don't think there is going to be. They got the Koko Squad set up, though. As long as they keep drawing energy, they're going to be able to keep flying flipping. So all we have to do is minimize, keep our bench small, and then that's it. And then we win the game. Keep our bench small, we win the game. All we got to worry about, keeping our bench to a minimum. Our bench Pokemon to a minimum. All right. Draw another Oranguru. That's not great. Do we just Lily for one? I don't want to put down another Oranguru. It's another Pokemon. I guess I have to here. It's another Pokemon that takes damage. There's also another Pokemon that they can Guzma up and trap into the active. This one already has a DCE, so it's kind of safe. Could just go with a Guzma play and knock out the Macargo this turn. I would rather just knock out their active, though. Yeah, I guess it's bench Oranguru, Lily for 2. Ah, what a terrible top deck, man. Ugh. Top deck just stay bad here. Alright, there's a Natu. That's good. And then Lost March for the knockout. And then we'll probably go with bench Natu, attach DCE, Guzma, knock out something. Or we don't even have the Guzma. We can bench Natu, attach DCE, retreat off the jump bluff, knock something. We want to save the Guzmas for when they go Guzma up one of our like Orangurus or something, which will happen probably eventually, is Guzma Oranguru. We just want to try and avoid that. Avoid the Guzma Oranguru. It's going to be hard to stop them. Maybe I should have gone with the Guzma play to knock out the Macargo. It's going to be hard to stop them from constantly just flying flipping. We're not going to really be able to ever shut off their... Ooh, the Kukui. Oh, that doesn't make a difference here, though. Yeah, that's kind of an awkward Kukui to use there when you're not really getting a one-shot from it. Huh. Alright, Jump Love comes up. Trumbeak, Mountain Pass. Okay. It has to be Natu. Yeah, it has to be put down Natu. Attach CC. Really for 2. We do not want to bench the other Natu. Treat and Lost March. I'm not gonna use either of these yet. I'm just gonna hold on to them for right now. Okay, so now here's where it'd be a good play for a Kukui. Maybe they have 2 Kukuis in hand, and that's why they played it the way they did. That's definitely possible. I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping we get another attack off with this Natu. Our jump off is going down no matter what next turn, or next 2 turns. So they're gonna be able to have a 2 prize turn here coming up. Knock out our active, knock out our jump left. I think we're actually probably gonna lose this game, just because they should have enough damage in play to then wipe out our use a Lele with damage swap to like move the damage around and KO 2 smaller things in play. So I think we will end up losing this game. But this is just, it is a bad matchup. The spread Koko decks are just kind of a bad matchup for Lost March. It's just hard to be able to constantly keep our stuff minimum in play, like minimum Pokemon in play, so they can't get double prize turns. It's just hard to keep up with that. There's another stretcher for another Koko, so they can flying flip 3 more times if they want. That will knock out our Oranguru as well, so I think they will eventually just get the double prize turns they need to close out this game. We would have definitely liked to have attacked with Jump Bluff a little bit earlier on, but we didn't have the capabilities to do so. Nest Ball. If we could hit him with a Let Loose, that might do something at some point. Probably not. Put a Pokemon. Take the Hoppip. And we have to bench it here. Once again, not ideal. Yeah, and then it's just Lost March, knockout. Now they're going to fly and flip, draw 2 prizes, and then they need 2 more. The Oranguru set up to be knocked out. I mean, maybe we close this one out before they do. I don't think so, though. We got the Let Loose, which is a huge deal here. We can disrupt their Smooth Over, as well as try and find ourselves a way to actually draw prizes this turn, because currently we don't have a way to draw a prize. There's Damage Swap Lele. Oh, do they just have... Are they able to knock out everything here? Maybe? We'll see. I don't know if they're going to activate it quite this turn, or if they plan to Flying Flip again first, because Flying Flip would do... Yeah, Flying Flip would be a lot. Well, they got access to whatever they Smooth Overed for, so they got the Magical Swap off. I'm not sure what they're going to KO here. I don't think they can draw... Can they draw 4 prizes this turn? 1, 2, 3... I don't think... They can't draw 4 prizes, I don't think. No, they can't quite draw 4 prizes. And then we have the Free Retreat, or Oranguru acting as a Free Retreater. So we haven't lost yet. 2. They're going to draw 3 prizes. Then we'll be able to put it down Natu, retreat this Oranguru, hopefully find a DCE. We're only down 1 DCE. Yeah, I think we have a good chance of winning this one still. We'll attack with Natu and just hope for the best. We'll be down to 1 prize. They would need a Kukui to knock out the Natu. Yeah, well, it's pretty reasonable that we still win this one. Probably spread out the damage on the Orangurus, maybe not. Yeah, so it's a good thing we have this DC on this Oranguru here. I guess we're down 2 DC because there's 1 right here. It's a good thing we put the DC on the Oranguru early on in the game, giving ourselves a free retreater, because otherwise we'd be in quite a spot here. Yeah, they're going to draw 3 prizes. They're going to go down to 1 prize, but they don't have a way to draw their last prize, really. And then we're banking on them just never finding a way. All right. Draw for turn. Not what we want, so it's going to become bring down Natu. Kind of don't want the stretcher in the deck anymore. I think we're just going to grab a Hoppip here. Yeah, it all comes down to this turn here. We have to draw a DCE and then hope it's enough. Yeah. Yep. Let loose. And we have to KO this as well. We have to KO this. Not great so far, but we're not done yet. Lost Blender away these 2 to start with. Thin out the deck a little bit more. Get off one of the Instructs for 1. Alright. Instruct for 1. Probably have to follow up with Cynthia. Not DCE, but we don't want to play this Ultra Ball either, I don't think. We could Ultra Ball for the second Let Loose, I guess. That would be fine. Then out 2 more cards. Grab the second Let Loose. Still have 1 draw supporter in the deck. And now we can Instruct for 2 as well. I don't know if that was right or if we should have gone with the Cynthia and then tried to find the other Let Loose after. Start with Great Ball. Grab Trumbeak. Timer Ball. Grab some more Trumbeaks, ideally. 1 more Trumbeak. Trumbeak, Mountain Pass. It's gonna stay. We're gonna use the other one anyways, though, just because we don't want it in our deck anymore. We only have 1 draw supporter left in the deck, and we're out of Instructs. Maybe I should have just played the Cynthia, and then after the Cynthia, maybe gone with the other Let Loose, making sure we could use a draw supporter. But here we go. Got the DCE. DCE to Natu. I want to use this Lost Blender now, just in case they play a Let Loose of their own. We want as few cards in the deck as possible if they were to Let Loose us. And there we go. Lost March. It all comes down to this. Do they have a Kukui? Do they have access to... I mean, I guess they can't use counter energy anymore. It's pretty much just do they have Kukui, I think. Or Guzma. Guzma knock out our Hoppip. Maybe I shouldn't have put Hoppip in play for that reason, actually, because they can Guzma knock out the Hoppip. I guess I didn't really think about that one. So that was definitely a mistake on my part. Because now this... Oh, well, he needs a DCE as well. But still, I could have just, like, not benched this Hoppip. I could have, like, treachered for 1 and grabbed another Natu, actually. Unless it's made its way into the discard pile after that. But I guess I need counter energy or DC or then Guzma. But yeah, I definitely should have not benched this. Should have not benched this Hoppip. I kind of forgot that it was weak to lightning. So then they could just go Guzma knock out this Hoppip. But otherwise they have no other option for like a Guzma knockout. They could Guzma bring up an Oranguru, install it, I guess. We are seeing a smooth over here. If they have Kukui and the smooth over counter energy or smooth over DC Kukui. Oh, there's an Oranguru, there's an attach, there's a bench. Oh, so it's going to be Instruct for the Guzma. But I guess Kukui would have worked too. But maybe they're out of Kukui. Oh, it is a Kukui. All right, so we are going to end up losing this one. It was a close one. This matchup is really tough, though. I think we did pretty much all that we could. We got it really close in the end, but in the end, we are going to lose by 1 prize. It was a close one, though. Played it correctly, I think, or as close as possible. Shouldn't have benched the Hoppip in the end, but besides that, you know, played very disciplined. Limited our bench as much as we could. Didn't put too much Hoppips in play, but in the end, it is a Koko deck versus Lost March. It's a really tough matchup. I think we kept it as close as we possibly could. All right, getting into another one here. Our hand is not great, but we can work with it. Hopefully for probably just looking for like a Natu off the top deck. All right, or not a Natu, a Hoppip. There we go, Hoppip, and then Netball for another Hoppip, and then Cynthia. Sounds good to me. I think I'm gonna try and pop off this game. Let's see. No Lily on our first hand, but that's fine. Mound Pass, Ultra Ball on top. So they're going to have some play this game for sure. Might lose our Natu to an Energy Drive turn 1, which kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and Great Ball right now because I would prefer... I wouldn't mind seeing another Hoppip. Don't see it. That's fine. I'm going to go with the pass. Can Lost March next turn with the Natu. Probably won't be able to one-shot this Lele. I mean, they also might knock us out with the... might knock us out with the Energy Drive, actually. Yeah, we have actually no idea what we're playing against either. We gotta figure out that as well. But yeah, they might just be able to go with the if they have a DC, they can just energy drive or not to, which is a good start for any deck really against Lost March, drawing the first prize. Yep, there's that Ultra Ball that we saw on top. I would assume probably for a Lele. I don't know, we'll see what we're playing against. Okay, we're playing against a Decidueye deck. This matchup is tough. Not too bad if we go first. We did go first, so that's like the first step in this matchup. The first step in any oh, they play Koko as well, so Decidueye with a Koko, so that's even worse for us. Yeah, the first step of any Lost March deck versus Decidueye deck is going first. Going first is like a big deal. It's like one of the ways you can actually like get ahead to the point where you can actually win the game. And here we go. So they do have the switch into the Koko, but we are just going to be able to heal our Hoppips with the Skiplooms. There's double Rowlet coming down. Hopefully no DCE here. Give us a chance. Alright, just a Fairy Energy. So they probably play the Fairy Ninetales as well, but there's no Vulpix down, which is also good for us. So we're actually in a decent spot to start this off. Skiploom. Skiploom. Start with one Floral Path. Okay, plenty of Jump Bluff, so we'll probably just Lost Blender away this Jump Bluff. So we for sure get a knockout this turn. DC is going to go active. We could Lily for some more cards and then Lost Blender. I actually don't hate that, so we can try and get an extra Pokemon away with the Lost Blender. That's not going to work as well as I thought now. What do we have in here? So we still have a fourth Skiploom. So I guess I do get rid of these two. We know we have the last Jump Bluff in the deck, I think. I'm not going to bench that yet, though. We don't need to. Just Lost March. What is it? 160, 140 turn 2. Alright, that's pretty good. Still got plenty of Trumbeaks left, so we could easily get a knockout on a Lele next turn if that's what they knock us out with, which is most likely what they would knock us out with. We could also go for like a Guzma knockout on a Rowlet with the current hand. Yeah, just going to hold on to the Hoppip for now. Might put it down next turn. Maybe I should have put down this turn. Maybe I should have actually benched the Hoppip. I'm pretty sure my Skiploom, my last Skiploom and Jump Bluff are in the deck. So I definitely could have boosted them next turn. Yeah, I probably should have benched the Hoppip actually. I don't know why I was so scared of benching the Hoppip. It's going to be a Rainbow Energy on the Lele. That's good for us. That sets it up. We only need one more Lost Marcher in this card. Oh, with the Ace of Rollout. So their hand is actually just dead here. So this is super good for us. We got a really aggressive start off. KO Koko. And they actually have to like Ace of Rollout, reset their Lele so they can actually even play the game. So this is actually super good for us. Not even going to be able to play the Cynthia this turn. Definitely going to make this Hoppip's going to make its way to the bench now. Grass Energy to Jump Bluff. Yep, Grass to Jump Bluff. Hoppip to bench. Cynthia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Trumbeak, sure. That's fine. I am gonna bench the Oranguru. We're not gonna use the Lost Blender yet. We'll see what our top deck plus prize card is before we make a Lost Blender decision. Ultra Ball, probably can Lost Blender away that plus another card. Alright, Lele makes its way active. They're probably gonna be able to get a knockout with Lele here. And they have a Cynthia, so they'll be able to play some cards. There's the Cynthia. But I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I think we're going to be able to easily take this one. They had a slow start. There's Vulpix finally making its way out. See, I'm going to go bench Natu. Attach to Natu. Lost Blender away, Ultra Ball, and Oranguru. Getting one more Pokemon in the Lost Zone. There's a Cynthia. We can instruct for one first. Yeah, feeling real good about this one. We have the knockout on the Lele, right? Yep, 180. There's a Skiploom, and I'm almost positive the last Jump Bluff is in the deck. Yeah, now we're hitting for like 220. We're ramped up. We're Lost Marching for big numbers now. Yeah, I don't see us losing this one at all. Is it worth Great Balling? I think it probably is. Could get another Trumbeak. I'll just take the Natu anyways. We have the third DC in hand for it. And Lost March. We need 2 prizes at this point. Yeah. So whenever, I mean, Lost March is definitely a deck you don't want to draw slow against. Even if we were to like have not gotten quite the crazy numbers we're hitting already on, what is this, our 3rd turn? 4th turn? If we were only hitting for like 120, we'd still be cleaning up most of the stuff on our opponent's board. We could have played a little bit slower and gone for like a Guzma knockout. We had that as an option as well. But now we're just hitting 240. We could even one-shot at a Decidueye at this point. So there's nothing really they can set up that we just can't knock down. So when you draw slow against Lost March, this is what happens. Big, fast, early knockouts. And our opponent, like I said, like I've been saying, drawing a little bit slow, maybe a little bit greedy with the Koko play early on, and we're definitely punishing that for sure. They're finally seeing their Ninetales. But we can one-shot the Ninetales, and we only have 2 prizes left. I think this game is just over at this point. I don't see them being able to really come back in this one at all. I guess they could try and lock our Natu active by just enhanced hammering it. And then hoping we don't have an energy. I think that's probably is their best play. Well, they're going with the benched hammer. But we still have a jump left setup that can one-shot the Ninetales. So even if they have like fairy energy counter gain and knock out our active, we have an energy setup already ready to go. And we're doing, what, 240 damage with our Lost Marchers. So yeah, they really don't have a way out of this one, I don't think. We'll see what they got. We'll see if they have anything. There's the stretcher for the Lele. I mean, I guess it could be, yeah. Maybe they haven't realized we have the grass energy there, because they could go for like Lele for Judge or something, reduce our hand size. It's going to be a Cynthia. They need a lot to do. I don't think there's any way they could go. Okay, so I guess the one play they could pull off would be, in their eyes, that could still win the game is Candy Decidueye, Fairy Energy, Counter Gain, Counter Catcher, Knockout Jumpluff, and Knockout Natu in the same turn. But yeah, there's the concession. And yeah, we take that one pretty handily. That's finally a game where I feel like we ramped out really fast. And yeah, our opponent had a little bit of a slow start, and when you have a slow start against Lost March, it's not going to be a good time for you. But yeah, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, give it a like. If you enjoyed the content, subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to check out the links for my social media and Twitch live stream in the description below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and peace.